The total mass of Gilbert and Sean was 124 kilograms. If Sean lost a quarter of his mass, he would be 45 kilograms. And we're asked how much heavier was Gilbert compared to Sean. Okay, so we're going to have two bars, Sean and Gilbert. I'm starting with, it doesn't matter which way you draw them, I'm starting with Sean because that's the one that we're given some more information about. Um, so, and it says that Sean lost a quarter of his mass. So I know that they are dividing Sean's mass into quarters. So I'm going to divide this bar into quarters. Okay. So there we go. That's Sean's original mass. And in fact, I should mark that, shouldn't I? So this is at the start. Now it doesn't say it's actually, and this becomes important. It doesn't say that he loses this weight. It just says if. Okay. But I'm still going to imagine that there's a start and an end. And when you have a situation like that, it's really good that you kind of mark in what that's going to be. So this is the end. Okay, so that's Sean's. Um, let's draw Gilbert's in before we put in that other information. So what do we know about Gilbert? Well, it does say how much heavier was Gilbert compared to Sean. All right, and that is at the start. So we know that Gilbert has at least as much as Sean. All right. So there we go. I'm going to make Gilbert's the same, no matter how badly I draw that. Okay, so that's the same as Sean, but Gilbert is heavier. We know he is heavier. So I'm going to draw a little bit at the end there that I know is not the same, does not represent the same value as these equal parts or equal units. Right. What else do we know? Okay. The total mass of Gilbert and Sean was 124 kilograms. So we know that this entire model, okay, is 124 kilograms. That's what it represents. What else? Well, it says how much heavier was Gilbert compared to Sean. So it's this bit here that we are interested in. That's our question mark. That's also very good practice to put that in there so you can see what's going on when you do these multiple steps. Okay. Right, let's get back to what happens. So it says if Sean lost a quarter of his mass, okay, let's mark in that quarter. So I'll just, there we go. If he lost a quarter of his weight, he would be 45 kilograms. So this bit here has a value of 45 kilograms. And you can see that this 45 is the value for 3 of these equal parts. So if we divide 45, if we divide that by 3, we're going to get a value for each part, which is 15 kilograms. I'm just going to write 15 in for the sake of not having it cluttered. 15, and these are 15 also, these are 15 also, these are 15, these are 15, but also this is 15. Okay, that's still there. It just said if he lost it, and actually it's part of our comparison. Right, so where are we? What is it that we need to know? Let's have a look at our model. This is the bit that we want to know. All right, we have a value for the entire model, which hopefully you can see consists of 2, 4, 6, 8 equal parts plus a bit we don't know, which is, our target. That's our question mark. So hopefully you can see if we've got the total of this, if we find out the value of this part of the model, okay, which would be 15 times 8, and subtract that from 124, we should get the value of this bit. So let's give that a go then. So we have got 15 kilograms. We're going to multiply that by 8, which is going to give us a total of 120 kilograms. We know the total, so if we do 124, if we subtract 120, we are going to get a value of 4 kilograms. And that is, in fact, the correct answer. Now, if you tried, I did give you some answers. It's interesting that the answer book, when I looked at it, that went when this from the book that this was published in, I found it very interesting because they got the same answer, as you can see here. They got the same answer here, 4 kilograms, but I don't know why they made themselves a lot of extra work. It seemed like they didn't actually look at the model that they drew, which was very similar to the model that I drew. And they made themselves extra work, as you can see, by first they found the mass of Sean. Okay, so they calculated this, all right, to be 60, obviously. And then they found the mass of Gilbert, which they did by subtracting Sean's mass from this total, okay, which gave them 64. And then they found the difference between 64 and 60. I don't know why they did that. Again, lots of textbook answers for bar models are not all of them are very useful sometimes, especially if you can't quite figure out what it was that they were thinking. Often the answers are being written, well, they're always being written by someone who knows the answer before they draw the model, if you see what I mean. Whereas my approach is to draw the model as if you don't know the answer, which of course is the situation that we are all in. And I think sometimes the textbook answers forget this. So if you did it this way, that is absolutely fine. I just think it was much simpler. And that's what the model showed us.